Some of the soldiers who fought in World War I weren't men. They were boys. Some were just 14 years old, too young to vote, too young to drink, but old enough to die in war. When World War I broke out in 1914, countries like the United Kingdom were desperate for soldiers. Recruitment posters were everywhere, calling young men to fight for honor, country, and glory. But there was a problem. Not enough adults volunteered, so boys stepped forward, and many of them lied about their age. At the time, war was seen very differently. Many believed it would be short, over by Christmas. For young boys, it looked like an adventure. Propaganda posters showed smiling soldiers, proud uniforms, and heroic battles. Schools, families, and society encouraged young men to join. If you didn't, you were often seen as weak. Some boys were as young as 14 or 15. They would lie about their age, stand taller, deepen their voices, anything to be accepted. Recruitment officers often didn't check too carefully. They needed soldiers, fast. But the reality of war was nothing like they imagined. When these boys reached the front lines, especially in places like the trenches of France and Belgium, they faced conditions beyond anything they had ever experienced. Mud everywhere, rats crawling over sleeping soldiers, constant shelling, and the fear, never-ending fear. Many had never even left home before. Now they were surrounded by death. In battles like the Battle of the Somme, thousands were sent over the top into machine gun fire. Among them, teenage soldiers. Some froze in fear. Others followed orders, even when they knew it meant almost certain death. For these boys, the psychological impact was devastating. They witnessed things no one their age should ever see. Friends dying beside them, constant explosions, and the stress of survival. Many suffered what we now call PTSD, but at the time it was known as shell shock. Some couldn't speak, others couldn't sleep. Some were sent home, but many never made it back at all. Letters from young soldiers reveal the truth behind the propaganda: fear, regret, and a longing to go home. By the end of the war, millions had died, including countless underage soldiers. Some who survived returned home as completely different people, no longer boys, but deeply scarred by what they had experienced. Their stories were often hidden, overshadowed by the larger narrative of the war. But today, historians are uncovering the truth, that World War I wasn't just fought by men, it was fought by children too. The story of these teenage soldiers is a reminder of the true cost of war, not just in numbers, but in lost childhoods, broken lives, and dreams that never had a chance. If this story shocked you, comment below. Do you think these boys should have been allowed to fight? Subscribe for more untold and powerful stories from history.